Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. If you're new here, welcome, good to have you. Consider giving this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified every time new content is released. I review a lot of luxury makeup, occasionally luxury skincare, and Japanese makeup brushes, fude. So I hope you stick around and enjoy this month's favorites video. So I think I did pretty good this month in terms of any makeup that I've bought basically, well, most anyways, not everything, has made it onto this list. So starting at the bottom is Pat McGrath's Mothership 9. The reason why I placed this at the bottom, it's still on the list, but it's at the bottom, is as a standalone palette. It is stunning. It is Pat McGrath quality. I find the combination, the color story, the combination of the shades, the textures, you know, these three special shades here, just to be beautiful. I love the look that I created. I know I can go back in to do a few other different looks and it'll all come out just really pretty and what we expect of Pat McGrath. The reason why it's at the bottom is in terms of the continuum of enjoying Pat McGrath products. I have several of her motherships, notably mothership number 7 and 8, Divine Rose 1 and 2. I have her Blitz Astro Quads, Ritualistic Rose, which is also very Divine Rose theme, plus her Divine Rose highlighters, you know, just all of that Divine Rose, the pink, the mauves. I feel like I am ready. I mean, I've been ready for something else other than this type of color story. To be fair, the inspiration she shared online was really centered around kind of the purple and pinks, although I was thinking something a little bit more pastel than what we got, but we did get this, which is still, I think still aligns with the Instagram inspiration post that she shared. So I think standalone is really beautiful, but personally, I would have preferred something different, something we hadn't seen for a while or we haven't seen before. So that's why it's at the bottom. The next item here is from SUQQU's fall collection. This is the Pure Color Blush, Fukodachi. I enjoy this blush a lot and I just didn't know what to expect, which was a primary reason why I only ordered one of the two blushes from this collection. The two were not the same, but they look similar. They both had this kind of deeper, like a brown pink kind of shade to it. And I thought, maybe it's not gonna be very flattering. Well, it's just, you know, my lack of experience, because this is beautiful. It's a beautiful blush, and so therefore it's made it onto the list. And you guys know how much I love SUQQU's Pure Color blushes. They're just beautiful. They give you this slightest or most subtle sheen, and it elevates how your face looks. It just like smooths everything out, so it's beautiful. Next is the SUQQU Sheer Matte Lipsticks. I got 5 shades and I won't swatch all of them here, but I did create a video if you are interested. This is shade 102, which is limited edition to the fall collection, but just this kind of burnt orange, so beautiful. All the shades part of this line's launch, they're all like muted fall colors, so pretty, so pretty. Really puts you in the mood for fall. And so that is Beni Murasaki. I would say the texture is creamy matte, and as it goes on and settles a little bit, it doesn't settle very much. It does look like a matte, like a sheer matte lipstick, and depending on how much lip balm or anything hydrating you have on your lips before you apply them is going to dictate how much sheen they have. If you don't have any lip balm, and I'm just this right now, I've washed my hands a couple of times, did not apply hand cream, it looks fairly matte and set in. So it will look like that on your lips as well, but if you have lip balm, which in my video where I did lip swatches of all of these, I did have lip balm, and so it did have, you know, that kind of soft sheen to it. So it looked like it was a creamy matte. Maybe creamy sheer matte. But these are sheer lipsticks, so your natural pigments, lip pigments do come through a bit as well. They are unscented, but I think they're great. I think the shade selection just is everything. It's perfect for fall. Next, I have more lipsticks. This is from Victoria Beckham's. She expanded her Posh lipstick line with 4 new shades. They are, and I will show you each one. Fire. Beautiful orange red. Then we have Twist. So these are sheer satin lipsticks, and they are extremely comfortable. And Jump. The 2 standout shades for me are going to be Jump and this one here, Spark. And of course this pop of color too. There will be a time and place for Fire, and I was really excited when I saw this, but I think the easy day-to-day go-to are going to be these 2, Jump and Spark here. Very hydrating, very comfortable lipsticks, clean formulation. The way they wear is just like any other satin lipstick, and you know, it'll transfer as you have a drink, you eat, so you do need to reapply. As the day wears on, I would say at the end of like an 8-hour day, I had been wearing them for quite a bit last week or so. You do feel, while your lips are not particularly parched, they are very hydrated. You feel like there's, you know, that residue that from the pigment and color that is on there, so it feels textured and a bit heavy. So it does make me want to, like, at the end of the night, just, you know, be ready to take that all off. But otherwise, it is very hydrating for a lipstick. We've talked about the SUQQU blushes, the sheer matte lipsticks. How could we not mention or not include on the list their quad? This is SUQQU G. Unfortunately, with their seasonal launches, all of the quads are limited edition, and they're notoriously difficult to get. I'm not going to speculate, go into the reasons why. I have a few guesses here, but they're just notoriously difficult to get. I don't know if Selfridges is going to have a restock. You might have to source a proxy shopper to get these for you if you really have your eye on them. But SUQQU G is a standout for this season. It is the quintessential fall color story. This green is amazing. And knowing that it's SUQQU, it's not an overwhelming color payoff, easily blendable, so gorgeous. And it's pretty high on my list for that reason, just everything we've come to love about SUQQU eyeshadows. And I deliberately left out SUQQU, which is the other quad from this fall collection. The reason is I have not sat down to create a look with this quad, so it doesn't really qualify to be a favorite if I haven't really used it that way. I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably do it next week, and you know, if it turns out to be really fantastic like SUQQU G, I may include it in September's favorites. So moving on, next I have, you know, I would probably rank this lower than SUQQU G, but I have decidedly rank it higher due to accessibility. One of the quints is already sold out, but the other, I think the rest, the blushes and the other quint is still available. So for overall accessibility reasons, I've ranked this above the SUQQU quads. So what I have here is the Dior Birds of a Feather collection. This is Nightbird and this is Early Bird. Both are beautiful. I think Nightbird is the one that stands out a bit more in terms of the color story. I have created looks with both of these. If you're interested, I'll have a link to the video below. And what really did surprise me in a pleasant way are the blushes from the same collection. So we have Nude Glide, and the embossing too, So pretty. Plus Coral Flight, which I thought it'd be way too bright, way too bright. Not the case. It's just soft, has the right pigmentation. Both of the blushes do have like gold flecks in them, but they don't get all over your face, and they don't add to any shine. If you have combination to oily skin, which is what is so great about them, is spot on with the color and gives you a bit of radiance in the most elegant way. And as for the quints, I also wanted to show you the embossing. Fits right along with the theme. So overall, the theme and the accessibility is the reason why I've ranked this above SUQQU's fall quads. We're now in the top 3, so this is actually a pretty quick favorites video this month. I have Rephr's Brush 22 here. I just did a Rephr video today, so if you guys are interested, maybe you've already seen it, just depends when I'm posting it. But if you are interested and it's posted at the time of this video being posted, I will have a link below to that other video. This brush here, I don't have anything in my collection that could apply bronzer as quickly and blends it out as quickly as this brush. And I do have some other bronzer brushes that are excellent, they're great, but because I'm looking for speed over precision and overall softness, this really fits the bill, and so that is why it is on the list, and it's very high on the list at number 3. At number 2, and this is tough between 1 and 2, I have Sonia G's Lotus set. This is limited edition. Sonia G is in discussion with her manufacturers to see if she can provide or get these brushes and be able to sell them as singles. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I don't know if I'm going to go and get any singles, but I know so many of you are interested, understandably. So I hope she makes it happen. I hope, you know, everybody involved can make it happen so that you guys can get these singles or even, you know, duplicates if you so wish. But this is such a solid set. So it is what we know, Sonia G quality, excellent. There are 6 brushes total, 3 face brushes, and 3 eye brushes. These 3 eye brushes, versatile, soft, but doesn't have too much give for what they need to do. They are just, I don't know, they just do so much within their given shape and, you know, the intentional design. So we have Worker here, great for, it can be used for packing on product. If you don't have another packing brush, blending it out. And if you need maybe an added level of precision, turn it onto that point to do more precise work. And it's just soft, just has the right amount of give to it. Love this. Then we have the soft definer. This is probably my favorite of the 3 eyeshadow brushes. It has that point. You can use it to tight line. You can also do that on the upper lash line if you wanted to. You could also use it to diffuse anything on the lower lash line. It can do both precise work, but also something that needs a bit more blending, and just feels so soft. When you're working in these areas here, you want your tool, you want the bristles to be nice and soft, because you'll probably poke yourself in the eye by accident once or twice, and it just makes it so much better as an experience. So this is my favorite of the 3 eye brushes. Then we have the Builder brush here, and the Builder is great for packing on shadow. It's great for you know, even defining your crease because of this part here. Also for under the eyes, for that really precise. Now there is, you know, some overlap between these 3, but the positive thing, like the great thing about it, is between these 3 you could do like your eye look. You can basically complete an eye look because they're so versatile. And these 2 being undyed goat hair means you can use it with liquids and creams. And these 3 face brushes here, This is the base brush. It is made up of synthetic and undyed goat hair for foundation. I've used it a couple of times and I feel like while the strokes or the, the way I use and move the brush, it's actually not as intuitive to me. It could be just a learning thing. I prefer, we'll talk about it in a bit, but I prefer some other brushes. However, I find that the application and the finish that I get is not worse. It's not worse. So I think it's just the way I'm used to using or applying foundation with brushes that makes me not grab for this one. But if you only had one set of Sonia G brushes, like you can only get one set, this is the one. This is the one that'll give you, everything that you need without being too complicated, too detailed. And the handles are just gorgeous. Love that purple. These two here. So we have the detail brush. Love this angle. Pop it right here. Pop it right here. Do that as well. Contouring. Great. Also, highlighter if you wish. I don't wash my brushes too often. Once a month is probably, that's how frequent they get washed. And so if I use this brush for bronzer, I'm unlikely, especially in the morning, I'm just trying to get things done, I'm going to reach for another brush for that highlighter. So I've used this exclusively for bronzer, but you can use it to blend out blush, apply blush, highlighter, contour, yeah, versatile, versatile. And then the cheek brush here, soft, really soft. Not my go-to for applying blush, but I can use this for highlighter as well. So it really is versatile. If I am traveling and taking this set with me, I would use it for blush. And if it's too, if the color is too packed, too dense, flip it over on the other side and just, do more buffing. It's so soft, not a problem. That reason it is number 2. And the number 1, I think many of you would have guessed it, is Sonia G's Fusion Set. So this set of brushes is designed for creams and liquids. It is, I use it for a lot of face products. I know some people would use some of these brushes for eye products, which I haven't really ventured into. I tried it once or twice and just find that I like to stick with face products with these. My go-to nearly every day are these 4. I use this brush here, which is the Jumbo Concealer, to blend out or pack on concealer. I use the Soft Concealer for doing refined or detailed work, like blending out these areas, some other areas that the Jumbo may not be able to reach effectively. And I also double up, so I, clean off, and then add cream highlighters or balms. Balm highlighters, and I use this as well. Lovely, I love it. For cream blushes, I use the mini base and just buff out. Just so fast, so enjoyable in the morning. 10 minutes, I have my makeup look. And then for foundation, it's going to be the classic base. You can also use the Jumbo base for foundation. This will be quicker than this. I prefer the coverage I get with this. This is a little bit more sheer. This is a little bit higher coverage, and I like the motion of buffing it like this. I don't know, it's just a personal thing. It's just intuitive to me to buff it out. Looks great. But I also like this as well. I've used it, and I'm just, do short strokes here. Both get the job done. It is down to preference. Of course, if you had more liquid products and you needed another brush, it's always good to have that second one kind of just sitting on the sidelines. And also the fan brush is another good backup too. I prefer using either one of these over the fan brush. It is just strictly a personal thing. I do not find that one works way better than the other. In fact, I think the finish I get from the fan brush and the classic base are actually very similar. I'm not sure I can even tell the difference. There's a little bit more difference because it looks a little bit more sheer. You have to be looking super like up close and paying attention. Otherwise, from afar, can't tell the difference. The Fusion set brushes are also made up of synthetic and undyed goat hair. Very specific reasons why that is. I have a whole video talking about these brushes, and I source a lot of information from Sonia G's blog where she talks about, like really dives down, talks about these, this whole set, as well as some info from Beautylish where these brushes are sold. So I think I've gone on and on about the Fusion set in that other video. I won't say much more other than they're number one, they're top on the list. August has been a very heavy month in terms of brushes, like trying different brushes, really spending time and getting into them. And they're just, the Fusion set is the quintessential cream liquid product set. I cannot recommend it more than I already have. Can I? I recommend it again. I'm gonna recommend it again in this video. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your favorites are in the month of August. I think we're gonna get a lot of holiday makeup coming up here, which I am excited for. Thank you again for watching. Hope you guys are doing well. See you in the next one. Bye.